So for today's lesson, mini lesson, bite-sized one, very short video, we're going to start off talking about how to interpret and then answer essay questions. Okay, nothing new. I'm sure you're already part experts about this, but as always, there will always be from time to time you see repeated same type of mistakes, and you may wonder, by this stage, will I end up repeating that mistake again? And do I even know what my mistakes actually are? Like I can see, I always miss the P, or I miss the what and the whatnots, but I don't actually know how to remedy it. So this short video hopefully can help to clarify it. So I took one of the more complex essay questions to interpret and to go through together with you in this video. So after having seen this, the instruction is you then have to choose one essay to do. You can choose which essay, so everybody just take one. So first come, first serve. Go ahead and chope your essay first. But yeah, and take a look and read the instructions after this, okay? So let's start off. Take a look at this 2018 N-level paper. You can see here it says ecotourism is the best way to manage negative impacts of tourism on the environment. So very clearly, there is a given factor here, ecotourism, right? Is the best way. So that means you're asking you to compare to another way. Okay, so GOF is another way. Now it's a matter of whether we can come up with a way. Then, for each one of the other ways that we're going to talk about, we have to link it towards something. So what is the argument that they're trying to show? What is ecotourism good for? Right? It could be ecotourism is the best way to make money. But in this case, it's not. It's about ecotourism is the best way to manage the negative impact tourism has on the environment. Specifically, negative impact, specifically environment. So this is the link. So all your arguments must link towards reducing impacts on the environment. So let's take a look at how to write the essay. Again, I'm going to slow go through this because it has been a while since I go through the basics. Okay, this to recap. Basic essay, 3 paragraph. Okay, GF, OF, and evaluation. The starting portion, please don't bother to write a stand. I know you're very eager to answer the question, right? I would advise don't answer the question first. Reason being, as in don't answer, as in don't say, I agree or I disagree. Reason being, sometimes as you write it, you may change your mind, right? So you need to be careful what you're going to write. So we start off straight away into the GF, and my recommendation, you straight away go into the word itself as the GF. So you don't bother beating around the bush. I think that somewhere in the middle is ecotourism. Then your examiner read and go like, wait, what's the factor again? And then they forget. So be clear. You're going to write about ecotourism. Go head on. Okay, what is ecotourism and how is it useful? Manage the negative impacts of tourism through responsible travel to natural areas. P. Okay. For example, there's a reason why I'm using this as an example. It's because, take a look here. Remember what we typically think about, right? This is the argument, elaboration, and link. This is the example. But people like to think of it as you must write the P, the EL, and then last one. For example, you don't have to. Your example can be used to prove a point. I'll give you an example. Okay, here, example. Through the conservation of natural areas, the Waitomo Caves in New Zealand. Again, example, name of place. Where the government monitors, so this is example plus the relevant fact, monitors the conditions within the cave to ensure minimal human impact on the internal environment. Right, the example itself has got relevant details. The monitoring is how the government do it. For what? To minimize the human impact. So this is one argument. Like I advised before, always give more than one. Through ecotourism, tourists also help to raise awareness for more people to contribute to protect the environment. So total, P, EL, and the example with relevant fact. This is already one perfect essay paragraph. Does this look long to you? Right? Imagine all those people who write the very long essay, right? Nothing wrong with it, but you can actually settle everything that you need to within this short a paragraph. So you don't need to kill yourself. And if you start scratching your head wondering, right, why is it the 10-year series, the line, and you wonder why the lines are so few. So the reason is they're not actually expecting you to write that long, but as long as you're able to meet the requirements. In this case, that's it. Okay, then we go into the other factor. In this case, what other way is there to minimize negative impact? right? You can always have government law or whatever it is. But for me, I choose to write about community-based tourism. It's another type of tourism. Okay, so community-based tourism manage the negative impact. Okay, I accidentally hit something and then suddenly everything disappeared. So regardless, we are now currently working on the OF paragraph. So the OF is here, community-based tourism. So I decided this is going to be my OF. This is my P, and this is an introduction of community-based tourism. And I give you the example again. You don't have to follow my format. You can put example at the end. I'm just telling you, you don't have to. Okay, so this is an example, name of place. So what does it have to do? There's no relevant details yet. I just give you a name of a place. Okay, I move on. Locals are actively involved in tourism activities. So this is the E. As they are the ones to provide transport, E, they can choose the unknown. There you go, horse-drawn carriage. Right, so this is the example plus the relevant detail. And how is this useful for the environment? It doesn't burn fossil fuel, keeping the air clean. This is one argument, E and an L. As the locals can decide the activities and travel path, another argument, they can exclude areas that are more sensitive to protect them. Again, second argument. So again, P, E, L, and one example with relevant detail. Then finally, again I cleared all my annotations already. Finally, we move on to the evaluation paragraph, which is here. So what's so special about evaluation paragraph? Take a look at how I'm writing it. Based on the concept of scale, so this time round, I'm showing you a new way of writing lah, which I straight away tell you how I'm planning to compare them. Scale. Then, what's the stand? I agree with the statement. So stand. And like I mentioned, an evaluation criteria must be applied for both factors. So how do I apply for both factors? This is talking about ecotourism. As more people are educated and aware, ecotourism will be more popular. So this is the eval plus. So it becomes more popular because more educated, so it's elaborated upon. On the other hand, that means I must show how community-based tourism is small scale. Small scale as in community-based tourism is rare and dependent on the local community being able to and wanting to conduct this, which means it is dependent, therefore is not very common, unlike ecotourism. Okay, so therefore I've given a balanced argument using the criteria for both sides. So this is what makes a perfect L3 6 essay.